my goodness. Hello, my beautiful tribe. My name is Emily Potter. I'm the director of the Lightworker Musicians Tribe right here. So I have a question for you. Are you scared of becoming a starving artist? We have tribe members who are presently being starving artists, and then we have some who are still in their positions scared of being a starving artist. So this is one that I personally know so intimately. I love talking about it, and I love assisting you to know that it doesn't have to look that way. But when you first start to think about leaning deeper into your calling as music medicine, as a performer, as a lightworker musician, the first tools that you start to look at to use are frugality. You start to become more frugal. And these are all from my own experience. I was being frugal and just saying, I'll just live within my expenses. I'll just live within my means. Now I'm going to tell you that that is a tool and it is a phase of the journey to really trusting your relationship with the universe. So if you're in that phase of doing frugality and saying, well, I'll just not ask for too much because I know how much money I have coming in, and that's what I can live within. I'll just live within my means. If you're there, then honor it, and may your divine infinite self get so stuck there that you have to get out. Because honestly, I'm talking to the divinity in you. I'm talking to your relationship with the universe and your musical calling that is way bigger than what you're living right now within your means. And so then the next level is expanding out of it. But that's where it gets scary, tribe, because if you actually expand yourself out of what you have already created as your box, that's where you have to believe in the depth of who you are at the greater level. That's the time where you actually start to trust the universe to take leaps of faith. So in my own experience, frugality was one of mine, cutting down expenses. But the problem is that after you've gotten to that space, after a while, you realize that it doesn't work. And the reason why is because even with you living within your means, you're still having the thoughts, I don't have enough money. You don't have enough money for this project, for this dream, for all of these things. You don't have enough money to actually do the calling. And so it's not working. Your tool of frugality and living and just being starving, actually. I was starving for a while. I have a whole story about that, how I really had to live, and before I can actually talk about it, I was starving. I would even have just one bowl of oatmeal a day for a while because I thought, you know, I can't afford anything more. There was an era that all I had was a potato a day. I was literally a starving artist. So I know this space. And I have to tell you that there's even a payoff you might be experiencing if you are a starving artist. You might have a payoff, and what I experienced was feeling like a martyr to my craft. I felt like look at me suffering and sacrificing for the art, for my musical medicine, and I felt so, I got a payoff from that. So I don't know if that's actually working for you and if the payoff is actually giving you what you want, but I'm sharing my own experience about how a starving artist syndrome can actually be like a disease of your mind, because what's really happening is that you're just finding out that you actually do deserve more. And that's really what I was getting to know when I was being a starving artist, is that I realized it wasn't working for me. And I was missing the whole point. I was disconnecting myself from source energy, from that source connected energy to become everything that I'm here to become. I'm here to become my full birthright, to claim my birthright, wealth in all its forms. I do not have to play small, and especially because I'm afraid of being starving. Now, the biggest reason why people stay within the starving artist syndrome, or they're afraid to make decisions because they're afraid of being a starving artist, they're afraid of it because you don't know any other way. You look around and you don't see another way out. You don't see a way out. So I'm sharing with you right now that it does not actually have to look that way. And I'm going to share with you now, you get to first claim even just that. Can you say to yourself, there is a possibility that there's another way besides being a starving artist? Can you say that? That's the first step. And I'm sharing with you now that if you are ready to fully release If you're tired of the starving artist syndrome, if you're tired of it, if you're tired of looking around the world and seeing that model, private message me. There are other ways to do this, especially if you are fully connected to your source energy and you have all of the tools. So what I know is that what I teach works. I have done my part. I have done my half of the work. Now it's time for you to show up and claim it. The opposite doesn't work. Living within your means and living small and living frugally, you still don't have enough money. It doesn't work that way. You might be doing a phase. I'll just reiterate. You might be doing a phase of that to actually see how much it's not working. But all you have to do is just check in with one thought. In the last 24 hours, have you heard yourself say, I don't have enough money for ... If you heard yourself say that, then it's not working. And there's another way that you can connect to source energy that feels so good and very, very connected to your music medicine and how you are here to bless the world. So when you're ready to actually let go of the starving artist syndrome, when you're tired of that, private message me. I've done my part. I've actually come with a map to show you, and now it's time for you to show up and claim it. When you're ready to claim it, private message me and we will do that work and we'll go from that point on. Oh, we have people here. Sky says, I'm feeling this 100%. I got magic monies today. Sweet. Good, good. The more that we can actually empower each other to see ourselves as our limitlessness, the more we're actually going to create a whole new field of consciousness on the planet. That's what we're doing here, tribe. Do you see that? That it's not something outside of yourself that we get to just live as default. Other people are living the starving artist syndrome. In this tribe, we are empowering ourselves to connect with source energy running through us and claiming our birthright. Now, what happens a lot is that we really deserve to be supported and empowered on a regular basis. And so for those tired enough and not able to know where to go, that's who will feel impressed to reach out. When you're ready to actually do the work and feel the accountability in taking that new claiming forward, claiming your birthright at a really spectacular level. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for those who are here today. Very, very excited for this tribe to do this work. I am excited to hear from you one-on-one. Let's eradicate the scarcity mindset. Let's eradicate the starving artist syndrome and claim our birthright. I have done my part. I'm looking forward to have you actually do your part. Those of you who are ready to do your part, let's get to work and allow yourself to actually live what you came here to live as an empowered, beautiful musician. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you in the next video.